to the podcast, everyone. I know, special. Is it Thursday or Wednesday? Technically, Wednesday edition.
Yeah.
So, due to us being able to do this, instead of cramming the predictions and the recap all into one big stream, we're going to do this week pretty much only, because we can't do this weekly. We're going to do recap and then predictions for next week, and then at some point in the near future, maybe when we do our normal podcast time, I assume, maybe we'll do power rankings.
Yeah.
Now, quick disclaimer for all 2 people that listen to this podcast, and one of them is me. It probably will not happen the week of Thanksgiving. Because I will not be able to do it, and I'm sure Gavin does not want to do it alone. But if I end up going to the Lions-Bears game, I'll let you know how terrible it was. Oh my god, that'd be awful. So, Gavin, it's the tradition at this point. You want the Falcons-Saints line or the Broncos-Cowboys line?
I want the Falcons-Saints line.
Alright.
Because I did indeed choose the Falcons to win this.
You
It's
did?
one of the few games I got right this week.
It was a week of upsets.
It was a week of upsets.
Unless you're the Patriots, I guess.
Yeah. But, so, Falcons, they played really well. Guard the Falcon a bit. And then the Saints just kind of, let Cordell Patterson beat them up. But
I'm surprised the Falcons didn't accidentally score a touchdown.
yeah, you could tell. You could tell they really tried not to. They took a knee.
Surely Matt Ryan can't accidentally fall in the end zone from 20 yards away.
That was the hope.
Falcons do it anyway. Falcons stay falconing. Alright, continue. Sorry for interrupting.
That's all.
Alright. Broncos Cowboys. Man, what are you doing, Dallas? For some reason, the Cowboys went from looking from a Super Bowl contender to like last year Cowboys in a matter of a game. The Broncos looked like the Broncos against the Jets. And the score might indicate that this game was somewhat close. It wasn't. The Cowboys scored 2 garbage time touchdowns and went for the 2-point conversion twice. Denver just were better. Dak struggled to do anything. The special teams was pretty good for Dallas, but the offense was inept. Zeke was being Zeke from last season. I don't even know what happened to the Cowboys, to be honest. They kept going for it in 4th down 20 points, which is a bad idea with your starting quarterback in the game. But Mike McCarthy's not known for making good decisions. Cowboys, not good. Broncos, also not good, but they won. Alright, Gavin, you have Patriots, Panthers.
Sam Darnold, Bill Belichick is your father. You are not allowed to throw the ball against him. Well, I mean, you're not allowed to throw the ball against many people. But
you're not even allowed to throw the ball against your own bones.
Yeah. So sometimes you just need to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey and say, it's your offense, you be quarterback. And he'd probably do a better job. So
look at the bright side, Panthers fans. You get XFL legend PJ Walker starting for the next few weeks. Maybe for the rest of the season if you're lucky, to be honest. Probably not, because, GMs are stubborn and will force Darnold to play no matter what.
Matt wants to keep.
I think if people have the narrative of the Patriots shut down McCaffrey. McCaffrey still had a good game. He had over 100 yards from scrimmage. And, like, I know Mike McCaffrey's standards, like, oh, he didn't get 500 yards and 7 touchdowns. Bad game. Like, that's still a good game for most other running backs. It's just like McCaffrey's average, and people were like, McCaffrey's washed. But, while all this was Darnold might be injured, but so is Brian Burns. After Mac Jones blatantly grabs Brian Burns' ankle and does a little twisty. Now, whenever I say do the twisty, I mean it as a joke. I don't mean actually do the twisty. Impressive. I think Kevin's dead. Alright, so we're on to Vikings-Ravens. Now, this game was actually pretty good. So the Vikings took an early game lead due to special teams and Dalvin Cook being pretty good at football. And then the Vikings let the Ravens come back because Lamar is good at football. But then the Vikings came back and tied the game. They made a kick. Well, the Ravens get the ball. The Vikings stop them. The Vikings have a chance to probably go down the field, but they play for the tie for some reason.
Big brain.
They aren't able to do enough. They give the ball back to Lamar and the Ravens win. I'm not quite sure what Mike Zimmer was. I'm not sure Mike Zimmer's thought since the 80s. But I think he needs. Probably he has like the 80s coach type style. Plays way too conservative. Like
he coached the Bengals for a while.
Yeah. Played way too conservative. Not really gonna win you. He needs to go. He's not built for the modern NFL landscape. The Ravens won, and oh boy, do I wish they lost. All right, Gavin, you have
this game was
Bengals
fun.
Browns.
I want to talk about this game.
I want to talk about the next one. So if you can get through this one,
Baker Mayfield is better without OBJ. OBJ is a bad player. He is bad. He hurts QBs. Eli was better without him. Baker is better without him. And even Colt McCoy is better without him. But, yeah, Bengals are in trouble. They need to stop losing games. They're on bye, so good for them. But
maybe they can learn how to play defense again, and offense, and anything. To be honest, like even Evan McPherson has not been good.
I'm just gonna go back to what you did week 1. Let's do that.
I have said this before. I said this at the beginning of the year when we were talking about Odell. It's that I think Odell is a really good player, but he demands so much of the targeting. Like, it's statistically proven throughout the past, whenever Odell is injured, Baker plays better. And whenever he's on the field, Baker plays worse. Because he forces the ball to Odell, and it creates problems.
Yeah.
And that's been a thing I've talked about plenty of times. I don't think Odell is necessarily a bad player. I just think he demands too much of the target share. And it's not a good environment for the receiver room. It's not a good thing for Baker. It's not a good thing for that offense. Especially when Odell's dropping some passes and Baker is panicking and just kind of throwing to him.
I think it'd probably be good for him to go to, like, I don't know.
Green Bay. Green Bay is the only place where Aaron Rodgers could be like, you're not in charge here. I am.
I think the Rams would work too. I don't think they need him, but like
I don't think he'd fit in that offense.
Yeah.
Especially with like how much like I don't think he'd enjoy it there because like how much of the targets that Cooper Kupp demands, he doesn't demand them. He just gets them.
Yeah.
That even like Robert Woods is getting pedestrian type targets compared to Cooper Kupp, and I think being like the third fiddle there, he'd like have a fit. Now imagine if he went to Kansas City and Mahomes kept throwing to Tyreek Hill. What'd he do? He'd be like, "Why are you throwing me the ball 50 yards downfield?"
Well, the same thing would happen if he goes to Green Bay. Devontae Adams is there. Devontae Adams is significantly better. Like,
I think Aaron Rodgers has better leadership skills. Like, not better. Like, he's more, but he's better at controlling egos and the locker room. You know, Mahomes is a good leader, like on the field, even if he's throwing 15 picks. But like in the locker room, Rodgers is pretty good at like controlling egos and all that. Whenever like something bad happens in the whenever something goes bad in the Packers locker room, it's mostly like management screwing over a player, like Clay Matthews when they wanted to play him at inside linebacker, like stuff like when they traded Randall Cobb, when they cut just random players without telling Aaron Rodgers.
maybe he goes to New England.
No, I don't think Bill would want him. Bill would. I don't think he'd like Bill either, because Bill would tell him you're doing stuff wrong. He's like, I'm the perfect receiver. All right, that's enough talking about Odell Beckham. Now let's move on to the battle of Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. So I think Josh Allen beat Josh Allen this week, as Josh Allen went off. He had over 200 passing yards, a sack, an interception, fumble recovery. Josh Allen was so good this week. Unfortunately, Josh Allen didn't score any touchdowns, which really screwed over the Josh Allen-led team. But the Josh Allen-led team on the other side really benefited from Josh Allen's performance. And he really established himself as the dominant Josh Allen. Long story short, Bills lost to Jaguars. Bills suck. Like, I don't know what happened. They just couldn't play offense. The Jaguars tried to give them the win. They missed 3 field goals. They were like, here you go, Buffalo. And Buffalo was like, no. We must lose to Urban Meyer 6-9. Funny number. You'd think Gronk was on the team with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've said Josh Allen so much, it's starting to sound like a fake name to me. All right, and Gavin, you get the honor of talking about Texans Dolphins.
9 turnovers.
What about it? Any problems? I thought that was a... You've been a Bucs fan since at least 2019. You know all about turnovers.
Been Bucs fan since 2007. I do know about those turnovers, but usually it's just the one team committing turnovers, not both of them.
Well, that's what happens when you both suck. Tyrod Taylor was supposed to make a triumphant comeback. Throws 3 picks. You know, it's a talent. These teams wanted to... I don't think the Dolphins wanted to lose. I think the Dolphins are just bad. The Texans wanted to lose so bad. Man, I really wish they traded Brandon Cooks to, like, put this man out of his misery. Like, he's trapped there. Phillip Lindsay can't even do anything because the offensive line sucks. The defense is terrible. Even if the Dolphins didn't make it look that way. It's bad. Bad. At least Watson's getting paid like $10 million to sit around. And isn't that the dream for us all?
Yeah.
Anyway, we have Raiders-Giants. Now, Gavin, do I go into everything that happened in the Raiders in the last week?
We went over it last week, but...
Not all of it. Did we go over the Damon Arnett thing last week?
A bit, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, everyone's cut now. They signed Run Fast Man. A different Run Fast Man. Old Run Fast Man. And I don't think there's a way that, like, the Raiders can overcome their coach being fired. They can really overcome quite a bit, but I don't think they can overcome their entire, like, half their team getting cut. Not half their team, but, like, 2 starters on their team getting cut because they make terrible decisions. Like, it's one thing losing your coach, but then, like, another coach just steps up, and it's almost like the same environment. But imagine being a coach And then all these players have to start getting cut because there's not discipline enough. You start to lose respect to the locker room, and then it's just turmoil and chaos. And I think the Giants did a good job of just playing good enough football to beat a Raiders team that's falling apart from within. And Derek Carr is really struggling without Run Fast Man. It's like without Run Fast Man, he just forgets how to throw to Darren Waller. I don't know if Darren Waller was actually playing, but you get the gist. How do you?
Waller's a little banged up, but you know.
I mean, that's what happens when you get like 20 targets a game. All right, Gavin. You have Chargers, Eagles, battle for Asante Samuel.
This game was actually good.
I don't know if it's because the Eagles played good or the Chargers I don't even know.
The Eagles played good, I'm gonna say. Jalen Hurts had a really good game against the Chargers. The Chargers won a field goal, which is unreal. Just like how the Vikings won a field goal earlier this season.
This week was just broken.
It really was. And, Chargers are first place in the AFC West. Probably will be last by next week, you never know. The Eagles probably will still make the playoffs, because why not?
I mean, the NFC is awful. Packers, Chiefs. Do I go into Jordan Love? No, because it wasn't his fault. Jordan, if you want most quarterbacks to succeed under what Jordan Love had to go through in that game, they'd have to be Tom Brady. Even Tom Brady probably couldn't deal with it. Zero blocking. Bad play calling. Sure, Jordan Love missed some throws. He's made some bad reads. He's playing his first game. And the Packers could have won this game, and in fact probably would have won this game if it wasn't for their special teams. 2 missed field goal opportunities, a muffed punt returned for a touchdown, and the Chiefs still only won 13-7. If that doesn't say anything about the Chiefs, of how lucky they have been to get wins this season, the Chiefs are bad. They're bad. They're not a good team. End of the line. Jordan Love will probably only continue to improve. It was his first game, and it's not even close to exclusively his fault. Any input?
Nope.
Alright, you get Cardinals-Niners then.
I already said Colt McCoy earlier. He really did some damage here. Who needs D-Hop and Kyler? Just throw Colt McCoy out there. He'll throw it to Christian Kirk or whoever else out there. Dak Ertz didn't do much. James Conner is doing great when scoring touchdowns.
I think it's fantasy great.
Yeah. Man, the Niners are down bad.
The Niners are like two different teams. They're like bipolar. One week they look alright, and the next they look like one of the bottom 5 teams in the league. I don't know what's going on. They couldn't do anything on offense. I'm confused.
Shanahan's broken.
I guess. Alright, so now we're going to talk about, nothing important. The Titans beat the Rams.
That was a smooth. You have 10 minutes to talk about this game.
10? Damn, you only gave me 10? Shit. Well. Alright, so I'll talk about every possession since I have 10 minutes. Alright, so the Titans kick off to the Niners in the middle of Bruce Buffer doing his Rumble garbage. The Rams don't do much. Titans have ball. Tannehill throw a pick to Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey tackle A.J. Brown after getting pick. Flag. This will be important later. Titans defense holds Matt Stafford. Rams only get 3 points. Titans get ball back. No do much. Punt. Good punt. I think. Anyway. In the end zone. Jeffrey Simmons gets to the quarterback. Matt Stafford pulls a Carson Wentz and throws a pick to David Long. Titans don't really have to do much. Gets their weekly touchdown to a white guy. Rams get ball back. Matt Stafford immediately throws a pick six to Kevin Byard. Titans are up 14-3. The Rams continue to not do very much for the rest of the quarter. The Titans, what I believe, would score again in the second quarter with a Ryan Tannehill walk-in touchdown, where Leonard Floyd tackled Aaron Donald, which is funny. But on the drive on the way there, there's fighting between A.J. Brown and Jalen Ramsey. Flags are thrown, both for... What was it? What were they given? Do you remember, Gavin?
I feel like it was unnecessary roughness or something.
No, that was the one that will be important later. It was like... What was it? It might have been unnecessary roughness.
Unfortunate conduct.
That one. So they're each given one, and everyone's confused. Like, didn't Jalen Ramsey do something bad earlier? Well, it turns out they called that one unnecessary roughness. Therefore, meaning Jalen Ramsey got to stay in the game. Not that it mattered much, because Jeffrey Simmons would continue to be amazing, getting 6 quarterback pressures in the first half, which hadn't been done since Calais Campbell on the Jaguars in 2016. Denico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons currently lead the league in QB pressures over the last... Is it in the entire... No, it's since their win streak in Week 5. And the Titans' front seven is looking amazing. Their corners are doing good enough. And Kevin Byard is really good at football again. He had a rough year last year, and now he's back to being really good at football. Not even arguably, he's just been the best safety in the league this year. I don't even think it's really close. Like, Justin Simmons has been alright, but, like, who else is even in that conversation, let's be honest? Like, I can't even think. It's not Jamal. Derwin James has been really good. That's it. Minka's Minka, but, you know, he hasn't been too good. He's been Minka, but he hasn't been, like, you know, best safety in the league player, you know?
Yeah.
The Titans, without Derrick Henry, stunned the Rams and made the Rams look silly in Los Angeles on prime time. And it was really a testament to just the team as a whole always going out there with the expectation they're going to win a football game. And the Titans have kind of been doing this all season with this not even like disregarding the injury of Henry. They have had 73 different active members on their roster this season because of injuries, and I believe they're 7 away from a record.
Yeah.
The Titans have had a real rough season, and the fact that they're still winning games and performing at a high level, they're fighting. Different people are stepping up to fill holes that are being taken from the team. It's truly astonishing, and the Titans are, as of now, have been the most consistent and best-looking team in the AFC. The Jets win. They didn't have any receivers or defense. They actually, I believe, were missing close to 15 starters or something dumb, which is not winnable. And the Titans are still the number 1 seed in the AFC. And if they continue to play like this, they still play the Texans, and they play the Texans twice and the Jags once. Those are easy win games, and they actually have the record-wise the easiest schedule for the rest of the season. So it's possible the Titans come out with the first-round bye, which would be really good to bring Henry back to the playoffs. And real statement win for the Titans. You want to talk about Bears versus the Black and Gold Brigade?
Ref
I'm not talking about the Steelers. I'm talking about the Reds.
Ref ball. Ref ball. Ref ball. Bum, taunting penalty. It's great. Love the game. It was fun to watch.
Steelers
taunting penalties.
Steelers just couldn't stop, or Steelers fans just couldn't stop showing their allegiance with their terrible towels. Just kept throwing them on the field any chance they got. Anytime the Bears made a big play, gotta start throwing that terrible towel. You see the Bears scored a touchdown? A terrible towel. Oh shit, I'm a ref? Low block. He blocked him too low out of the tight end zone. Doesn't touch him and is in the tight end zone. Taunting penalty. He looked at. Let me do you have the exact quote on you? I don't think I do. Hold on, I can find it in Discord. Here, talk to the people left before.
I can find it.
All right, yeah, you find it. It's in Discord somewhere. The Steelers lost this game in my headcanon. Justin Fields had his best game in his career by far. It looks really, really good. Matt Nagy coached an amazingly coached game. And sure, those offsides penalties at the end were true. And just because the Bears did commit penalties doesn't mean the other penalties were warranted.
Alright. I saw the player, after he made a big play, run toward the bench area of the Pittsburgh Steelers in posture in such a way that I felt he was taunting. So his posture got him a penalty.
And then he also would hip check Cassius Marsh.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, he should have been ejected for that unnecessary roughness, 15-yard penalty on the ref. Here's my opinion to fix this issue. You make the refs full-time workers. I know that would take a little bit of money and work out of Roger Goodell, who's currently sitting there counting hundreds of millions of dollars. But you put the refs in almost like a players' union. And then you enforce restrictions on them that they can't do this type of stuff. Excessive bad calls should be finable, or you should be able to be released as a ref. But since they're technically independent contractors, or are they volunteers?
Oh no, we should be able to bench refs.
And why hasn't the NFL introduced that Sky Judge thing yet from the XFL? You stole Sky Cam, just steal this too. It makes everyone's life better. You could, instead of making bad calls, not able to review, you just put it at the skybox. And if a play is a touchdown on the field, I feel like every penalty should be able to be reviewed. Am I wrong for saying that?
No.
Say there's PI, but they call offensive pass interference, and the player catches it, and it should be applicable to turnovers too. And the player catches it. They should be able to review that type of stuff, but they can't. And it's because the NFL doesn't know how to institute these types of things. And at least situations like this, where it's these games are unbearable to watch because it's just frustrating. I'm not a fan of either of these teams. I think it's funny when the Bears lose because Bear fans get really mad. And I don't like when the Steelers win because Steelers fans are really annoying. But even Steelers fans, most rational thinking Steelers fans, were this game was called poorly. The Steelers should have lost. Because the Bears almost won despite all of this. Ridiculous. Anyway, let's get into our next segment here. Predictions.
Yep.
We already did Thursday night. Has your opinion changed at all? That's what I thought. Alright, so first up we have Bills at Jets. If the Bills lose this game, they are going they're going into the 20s for our power rankings. And it might not even be high 20s. Maybe if the Jets have Mike White, they stand a chance though.
Yeah.
But Bills. Next we have the biggest name combination in Madden possibility. Like, what the hell is this? Buccaneers at football team. I have the Buccaneers personally, but last time I jokingly picked the Saints, they won. So yeah, Bucks. The Falcons at Cowboys. I have the Cowboys.
I'm not feeling safe.
I'm not feeling safe with either of these teams.
I'm gonna choose the Cowboys, but it's
also the Falcons are the Falcons, and somehow the Falcons are in the playoffs. But that's neither here nor there. Next we have Saints Titans in Nashville. And just because the Saints will probably be starting Trevor Siemian / Taysom Hill again, I'm picking the Titans.
I'm also picking the Titans.
Jaguars Colts. I have Colts because Colts only beat bad teams.
They tend to beat bad teams pretty proficiently, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Have they ever beat a good team? I don't think they have. I think the closest thing to a good team they've beaten is the Niners.
That was iffy.
It was a monsoon, so does it really count? No. Lions Steelers, man. If the Lions can beat the Steelers, that'd be great karma. I'm hoping for it, but Steelers.
It's in Heinz Field. No one likes the Lions. They're getting rough-balled to death. It's going to be the Steelers.
Browns, Patriots. I have the Patriots.
Okay.
Because the entire Browns running back room, I believe, is on COVID protocol.
Oh, I did not know about that.
I believe they are. That's what I heard. And if Mac Jones can do a little more twisty to Myles Garrett, then they'll be fine. So I picked the Patriots.
I'm going to stick with the Browns. Didn't know about the whole COVID thing. Hopefully Nick Chubb will play.
If he doesn't, I don't know if they stand a chance, to be honest. The Patriots have been really good. Vikings Chargers, I have the Chargers, but this is a Vikings game to win if I've ever seen one.
It very much is.
You have that gut feeling the Vikings are just gonna do something.
We're probably gonna win 3 in a row here. I already guess. But
I'm picking the Chargers because they should win. But it's one of those games.
I need the Chargers to start winning so they could win their division. But
they're currently leading it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna choose the Chargers. But going back to the Vikings, I think they could win a bunch in a row here if they get a nice win.
The Vikings are a very, I was going to say a streaky team. They're like the opposite. They're like, here, we'll win this week, and then we'll lose to one of the bottom 5 teams in the league, and then we'll beat a top 5 team in the league the next week.
Yeah. Completely normal.
It's some really Steelers behavior right there. Cardinals, Panthers. I have the Cardinals. Panthers aren't very good, even with McCaffrey.
PJ Walker versus Cole McCoy.
Well, maybe Kyler's plays, because Kyler was only ruled out minutes before the game.
I don't think he's gonna play. I think they're gonna allow it to happen, and they're still gonna win. Cardinals.
All right. Eagles Broncos. I have the Broncos. But and for some reason I see this game being like Eagles score 3 points and the Broncos score like 13 points. You know?
What if I told you I was thinking the opposite? I think it's a high-scoring game.
That's also possible. No, there's Teddy checkdown. Teddy checkdown doesn't score many points. Let's see the team. Let's see the team really lets them. I think. I don't know. I think this game could go either way. I think it's either going to be very low scoring or it's going to be like 31-27.
If it's a low-scoring game, I think the Broncos win. If it's a high-scoring game, the Eagles win.
Well, my headcanon, it's a low-scoring game, so I'm picking the Broncos.
I'm going high-scoring with the Eagles.
All right, next up we have Seahawks with Russell Wilson against Packers with probably not Aaron Rodgers. Well, maybe Aaron Rodgers. I don't know.
Packers.
Seahawks. Just so we disagree. No, also, I just think Russell Wilson will be like, damn, we're not in the playoffs, are we? Well, time to play like Russell Wilson. And then he'll play like Russell Wilson and he'll be very good at it.
Hand go ow when touch ball. I think he fumbles, probably caused by a Smith.
Which one?
Actually, no, they're both out.
Exactly. How is it going to be caused by a Smith? They're both out.
Jalen Smith, he got cut. But, I don't know. I think he has a hard time. I think Jordan Love goes out and wins a game before Rodgers is back.
I'm sticking with the Seahawks, though. But I respect your opinion. Chiefs, Raiders, and I don't know. I've been indecisive on this week. It's been left empty. My pick'em for 3 days now. I don't know who do I want. I don't know who I think is going to win this game. I'm leaning towards Raiders. I don't know. Raiders, I guess.
Josh Jacobs needs to get the ball. Give Josh Jacobs the ball.
Even Kenny and Drake, to be honest, you know.
Either one. Just don't make Derek Carr throw 40 times.
Now imagine a universe where the Rams lose to the Niners on prime time. Then what? I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Rams win.
Yeah.
All right. Week 11 Thursday is Pats Falcons. Where have I seen this before?
That's not nice.
They're in a dome too. I mean, like, there's parallels. Just saying.
Give me the Patriots.
You know, I'm gonna take the Falcons. I'm feeling it. I know I just said the Patriots are gonna beat. Who did I say the Patriots are gonna beat?
Browns?
Yeah, but I don't know. You know, just like in that Super Bowl, I'm picking the Falcons, and then I'll get really happy, and then I'll get really annoyed.
Yep.
On the right side, the Texans play the Titans next week, so that's good for me. All right, let me know if you disagree with any of our predictions. If you do, you're wrong. We're right. And let us know if there's anything else you want to see from us segment-wise. Like, say you want us to talk about which player has been a hidden gem on each team or something. We can do that, I guess. Or at least
Patterson.
Gavin's just going to talk about Cordell Patterson no matter who we're talking about. All right, Gavin, who do you think has been a hidden gem on the on the Vikings? Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
It's like, hey Gavin, who do you think's gonna win the AFC? The Chargers are like 1-12. The Chargers.
The Chargers.
All right, guys, and this is Chatmendy with my co-host Gavin Modrizzle saying.